Tomorrow? Yeah, I have something to do tomorrow. Like, I don't count the day until I wake up. It doesn't count until I wake up. Tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow is when I wake up. I don't need this to be this big. Change image resolution, probably 0.343. Yeah, this is a fucking massive canvas. I do not need it this big. Big rug. Big rug ref. Well, I want it to be ocean themed, because I like ocean theme. Yeah, Pirates was so fucking heat, bruh. That shit was fire. That shit was freaking fire. The enemy? The enemy? Need boy toys? No. I think it's doomed because apparently, like, my friend was like, yeah, it's just like men in LA are really weird. I was like, yeah. And then I thought about, I genuinely had like, I had a moment of revelation that I realized like I only, like, of all the guy friends that I've had, only a very, very few of them were not weird. As in, like, they didn't have the LA accent. The LA accent is like, they tend to gossip all the time, they instigate, they're like really drama-pilled. They love going to parties so that they could like talk shit about people. Yeah, I was like, oh, now that I think about it, a lot of guys in LA are like that. And the only guys that aren't like that are like Void. He's also not from LA. I was like, that makes sense. Yeah, a lot of, and then when I was telling them about what happened with the other guy, they're like, yeah, that's like the average guy. That's the average LA guy, because they're like that. They just gossip, they're just like insecure, they just, ugh. And then I thought, and then I compare all the girlfriends I have, they're all great. Like awesome, amazing, empathetic people. Wait, is Corsola supposed to be dead? Oh, it evolves into Cursola. A great guy's an average girl, it really is. If Rebecca that bitch, well, like, try not to be friends. I don't befriend people that I think are weird. I stay away. Which is very, it's just, I don't know, it's just like sad. Trust men are singing Chinese. Trust LA men are singing Chinese. Yeah, it was very, I was like, I should just move to China. The LA girls have same personality as the guys? I mean, from my experience, there are, but then because of the people I try to surround myself with, I had more like unsavory. I've met more unsavory men than I have met unsavory women. But then there would be girls that would pretty much do exactly what Gretchen and Mean Girls reference that did what Gretchen and Regina George would do. Yeah, Gretchen. I mean, Regina. I would say more people are like Gretchen than like Regina because they don't actually have like aura. They just do that thing where they're like, "Oh my god, I'm just gonna tell you something I shouldn't, but I'm gonna tell you anyways because I really like gossiping, and then I'm gonna tell you about it, and then I'm gonna be like, but aren't you mad? You should be mad. Like, aren't you mad? Like that." Yeah, it's like a lot of shit stirring, but then most of it was like I said, I've specifically known more guys that did that than girls because I try not to hang out with people that do that. Guys are more chilled to hang out with. I literally just said the opposite, but you seem like you're pretty fucking munted, so. It's just so not true. Why is there always a dude like that? Because you know how when if you ever just like hang out with the girlfriends and there's a guy there and you're like, oh my god, I hate when men propagate rape culture and like sexual assault in office. Like I hate men. Or you know, if they say something like that, and then there's always a guy that would be like, but not me though, right? Not me though. Like not me though. You know that kind of that that vibe. They're like, no, not me though, right? Like, can you tell me personally that like I'm one of the good ones? Actually, I wonder if I should do like S. Finding a man who doesn't bond his guy friends through being misogynistic, homophobic, aggressive is too big of an ass. Yeah, it really is. I really like the song. Yeah. Yeah, Becky, not me though, right? But it's a good lesson to learn. I'm like so much more perceptive of people. Not really. A lot of guys just bond through games and simple stuff and then cry about not having any kind of emotional vulnerability. You can't have it both ways. You can't just generalize men as like being easier to get along with and chill when there are lots of men that are like horribly emotionally dysfunctional. Thanks, Snizzy. That's why a lot of insecure guys tend to go to women for their woes. The Pokemon from memory? Maybe tomorrow? I'm not gonna be. I'm not streaming that long today. I want to work on this rug. Is Yai? Big rug and big assholes are lovers, yeah. Huge? Big asshole? Things big asshole doesn't want you to know. I don't want to layer them. How was Scary Movie? It was very gory. It was very gory. Bone? Yeah, we didn't watch the previous one. No, we didn't, but I thought it was still understandable. Like, I don't really think you needed to watch the previous one for some of the context. You could just infer. Yeah, there were so many dicks on the screen. They just had their penis out. They just had their dicks out. Yeah, the Satan the Satan concert was sick. I'm gonna get rid of this. I think I have to get rid of melodic. two main subjects in the front is too much. Thanks, fruity. And then my friend showed me like the boyfriend experience dating in China, and and then they are so hot. Like if you get the high tier ones. I was like, why don't they have boyfriend experience, rent a boyfriend experiences in NA? Yeah, they're like really cute. I should just go to China. I'll show you. I don't have. My friend has it. Like she saw the TikToks. I do not browse TikTok. I'm so sick of LA men. They are all so weird. And Skinny Legend. The guy was trying to be weird. Yeah, he was. I think he's like a right winger in the closet. Not in the closet, but like he's. I think he's like. I don't think he realizes that he's right wing, basically. And then I was talking to a friend about this, and then she was like, "Yeah, this is like the." I was like, "I feel like this is the average guy." She was like, it is the average LA guy. They're like that." Both sides, and one side's the Gestapo, yeah. Don't date in America. Yeah, even when you find one that isn't right wing, they're like really gossipy and insecure and just weird and delusional. The ChatGPT line. Oh yeah. Guys go through 1,500 mental hoops instead of therapy. I mean, yeah, or like they'll go to therapy and then like misuse therapy speak and just like throw terms around because they think that it has weight. It's awful. Where they try to feel better, yeah, and then it's awful. And then I realized a lot of these guys also like love going to their female friends and then tell them their woes and then leave out half the context. Always the same types of people. LA people are so weird. Yeah, very performative. They literally might not understand what they're doing. No, that's the thing, is I think they don't. They're like, which makes it, I think, I don't know if that makes it better or worse, but to have such a massive blind spot that you have no self-awareness. That's why I really appreciate friends that are like outside of these like delusional LA social circles, and like people that are outside of streaming. Because my streamer friends are all like people that are not within mass delusion bubbles, which I really appreciate. Like, I had a girlfriend, who had another girlfriend tell her when she was trying to get into streaming, she's like, no, don't get into streaming. Like, audiences and other streamers hate OnlyFans girls. Do not get into streaming. You will not be liked. And then I was like, why would you say that? Like, that if I had a girlfriend that was trying to get into streaming, I would be encouraging. Why would you like not want her to try something? Why would you tell her something that isn't even true? And then this person would then posture as like a girl's girl, basically, and then project like, oh, this person's not a girl's girl. But then you ask them, can you explain? And they're like, well, like they one time at a party they didn't say hi to me. Yeah, this is like the weird LA people that I'm talking about. Very weird. Scared a friend do better? Oh yeah, I agree. It's insecurity, 100%. Thanks D2 and Skinny Legend and Soji. Yeah, like Gretchen. Straight up. That's not weird, it's manipulation. Yeah, I mean, well, I just used weird as a catch-all term for someone I don't like. That's not what they meant at all, Cougar. Like, be so for real. That's not what they meant at all. They were doing it as a specific way to put them down and discourage them. Because it just straight up isn't true. Yeah, lots of Gretchens. Lots of Gretchens. Is it rare for a guy to have more girlfriends than a guy friend? I don't think it is, but then I would also be wary of the kind of guy friend who only tells his woe to girlfriends and then have a very big disconnect and not have emotionally strong guy friends to rely on. Because my personal anecdote of what happened was like, I find a lot of insecure guys tend to try to like sympathy bait from only their female friends but not their male friends. And then they end up being like sex pests, basically. Like, I knew there's a guy that's like, he will come up with very exaggerated stories of how he's unwanted, he's like not attracted, but then he would only express these woes to girls. And then to guys, he's not like that at all. He's like a frat bro, he's like down to party, he's just a bro all around. But then he wants only women's shoulders to cry on because it's a way to elicit sympathy and to like maybe sometimes in other ways elicit a physical attachment and like sex, basically. And insecure guys do that a lot. Yeah, basically pity Riz, and they'll do it a lot. I get no pussy. Please spare pussy. Thought that was something you only see on TV? No. I mean, I also thought it was funny when people would like, be like, oh, be careful of like the performative manipulative man. And then, you know, you would joke about it. And then you actually meet one that's like that, and you're like, oh, wait a second. This is what they meant. Is sad boy a term? Sad boy? I thought sad boy is like guys that listen to Joji and then like play Valorant and take hand pictures. What is the Urban Dictionary of sad boy? Sad boy. A boy who listens to Sasha Sloan? What is that? Oh, no, no, okay, I think it's this one. Okay, the third definition, it says, a sad boy uses his sadness, feigned or actual, as an excuse to behave like a fuckboy. He's a fuckboy, but he covers it up by being in touch with his emotions, by being self-deprecating. Oh! Claims he's very aware of his flaws and is working on them, but never actually fixes them. This is a lot of the LA men that I have an issue with. It is exactly like that. That is like a fucking 10 out of 10 clock. Yeah, the self-deprecation, I really don't like when self-deprecation gets to the point that it's like, oh, you're like kind of pathetic. It's very off-putting. It's like, it's funny for me to be like, oh, I'm a piece of shit. All I did was like lay in bed and play Love in Deep Space. Versus, I'm just like so unattractive and unappealing. I don't know how any girls could ever like me. I'm so fucked up. Gross. This is big gay Gyarados, yeah. Forehead. Good. Girls don't see them as weak. It depends on the girl, because sometimes if a girl is dumb, they will fall for it and be like, oh my god, that's horrible. Like, how could they do that? You know, whatever. It's like one of my exes going like, yeah, Daph was crazy. She would threaten to kill herself. And then I remember one of the conversations I had with them was like, did I ever threaten to do that? And they're like, well, no. They straight up was like, no, you didn't. Because I was like, okay, this is something we gotta clear up right now. This is a couple years ago. I was like, we gotta clear this up. Like, did I ever do that? They're like, no. But then they went ahead and would say that. And then, you know, if you're someone that just, like, is a good friend to this person and you hear that, you're like, oh, yeah, that did, yeah. Oh my god, that's crazy. She's crazy, you know? It's like, what? That's fucking insanity. Personally, I prefer to relay my gossip with truth, but a lot of people, like, tell half of it and then don't tell the other half. Yeah, but then they also don't think they're lying because they believe that to be the truth. It's very weird. So a lot of LA people are like that. People when they lie and instigate for no reason. Because they have to protect their ego. Yeah. Almost like they're dreaming while they're doing that. It's an ego thing. Do my non-streamer girls run the same problems? I have a friend who is not in LA, not in content creator scene. She also met a girl that's like Gretchen-like, but it was less about boys and less about like weird insecure men and more about like this girl was sabotaging another girl in the friend group because of jealousy that they wouldn't admit. So they would say stuff like, talk to another friend, talk really poorly about this other friend that's supposed to be a good friend and be like, yeah, but I'm just looking out for her. Like, I feel like she doesn't spend time with us, but I'm just looking out for her. Yeah, she's such a bitch. You know, and then kind of like instigate that kind of negativity. And then when confronted about it, would say, yeah, but like, I was just looking out for you. Like that. Very Gretchen. And then another thing is like, I don't know why people are talking. Like, I do not want to know what people's sex lives are. I don't know why somebody would bring that up or like why people just spread it. To like hear about another streamer that I'm not even friends with sex life, and I'm like, I don't want to know. It's so weird. I was like, that made me very uncomfortable. Don't talk to me about that. But I think what is unique to LA is like the mass delusion that surrounds a certain core culture cornerstone of clout. So there's also people who really want clout but will be in denial of it and then like go out of their way to revolve their life around clout, but then not even being aware of it, subconsciously or consciously. So for example, I had multiple people for some reason would tell me, yeah, I don't really like parties, I don't like streamer stuff, and then would go to like all of these things. And I'm like, you obviously only told me because you wanted a certain kind of validation from me knowing that I didn't like that. Which is a very weird extension to do because it's like, just because I don't like it doesn't mean I'm going to judge you for liking it. So if you like it, that's okay for you to like it. But I don't know why like you would try to present a version of yourself to me that isn't actually genuine, but more so you curated this version that you wanted to present to me. And I think that's very pathetic. Because I really don't like people that are not true to themselves, and I feel like I'm very good at seeing through people, which is why they tend to get intimidated by me. Because if I see some fuck shit and you did some fuck shit, I would be like, hey, what was that fuck shit? And then they start freaking out. Yeah, insecurity. Yeah, they like seek my approval in those really weird ways that I'm like, you don't need to do that. It actually makes me like you less. And then I realized that there's also this accent and this like language that a lot of people in LA also do, is what I talked about before, is if you talk to some people with a lack of sycophancy, of a lack of like blowing smoke up their ass and sucking up, they take that personally and take that offensively. So if you didn't say 10 nice things before you said the one thing you wanted to be straightforward about, they get offended. They say that you're mean, that you're a bitch. Like I knew someone who said, someone called this other girl streamer and said she was like really mean. And then I was like, oh, why? What happened? And it was because she didn't really try to hold a conversation with this other girl. And then I'm like, that. So you went around and started telling people that you think she's mean because of that? That you think she's a bitch? Just because she didn't really hold a conversation with you? Because she probably didn't know you, or she was like busy, or she was doing something else at a party. It's like that. A lot of people in this LA delusion group that I'm gonna call it do that. Where if you don't go out of your way to like suck their toes, they get offended that you're not sucking their toes. And I don't even think they realize this because it's such a bubble. You're like, if you're of a certain like, you know, clout level, you're surrounded by people that are always like, you're so right. Oh my god, yeah, it's so true. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like, what? Yeah, they think it's like that's how you should talk. Because I had also found out that some of my communication methods and like message relaying got twisted into, oh my god, she's a fucking cunt. Like she's so mean. How can she be so heartless? But here's the thing is I don't mind any of my texts getting leaked. If you guys want to show other people what I said, you're more like, I am happy for you to. Go ahead, show other people what I said. But I have a feeling that you don't want to because you look like a fucking moron. So that's why they don't. So what they say is, oh my god, I'm just gonna use myself as example. They'll be like, oh my god, Daph is so heartless. Like, how could she do this to somebody? How could she do this and this? And then it's like, oh, what prompted it? Well, I just heard she's like that. And then you find out that the reason for why I said something was actually very reasonable. But that's why they have to leave that part out. Because then it would make them seem crazy. Yeah, main character syndrome. Yeah, dig a little deeper. But then the thing is, a lot of people don't dig that deep because they're pretty stupid. Like, I mean, I'm sorry that I have to call a lot of people stupid, but I feel like that's what it is. Like, you're not doing your due diligence about this kind of rumor being spread. You're not doing your due diligence of critical thinking of like how you should assess someone's personality. You should not be easily believing mischaracterizations of people without thinking about what kind of information you relayed and what was the intention behind someone telling you such a one-sided story. Very sickening. It really, really grosses me out and disgusts me. Yeah, and I'm like, it's so frustrating and so fucking annoying because I have found out that someone was like, I'll like edit the story a little bit, but basically still convey the same energy to you. Where someone was like, yeah, Daph is obsessed with me. I think she like keeps trying to be friends with me and like she wants to reach out. And I hadn't talked to this person for months. And they were telling people this. And I found out. And I was like, what is wrong with you fucking bitches? Seriously, what is wrong with all of you? Oh my god. People are crazy. Well, unfortunately, I got all my rugs set up in yarn, which I do like here. People think about themselves too much, for real. But yeah, that's why, like I said, I try to avoid delusional people. Because they are, like I said, very delusional, have no blind spot checks. All their friends validate all their delusions, and they think they are right, and they constantly seek validation for said delusions, because everybody else is like, oh my god, yeah, so true. Yeah. It's like, no, consider the facts, you stupid cunt. I would love to live in Asia. But this is like the weird people. My friends and the people I hang out with are not like this because I stay away from these kinds of people. The friends that I have and the people that I hang out with are very smart, and they do not fall into this kind of weird, like, I don't fucking know. It's like mass hysteria of just straight up delusion. Hell no. I should just go live in China. Yeah, I did live in Chengdu for a while. Gay capital. Yeah, Guam is Guam is a U.S. military base. I might have to buy more yarn after I finish this drawing. But yeah, like, I mean, don't get me wrong though. A lot of people are really sweet. Like, I'm talking about specifically the certain crowds that I avoid because this is the problem I see with them. Your mileage may vary. Silas one player's favorite male character I saw. Deserved. I'm working on a Silas drawing. Sneak please, please? No, it's those too sketchy. Time to buy some Chinese workbooks to learn to brush up my Chinese. I don't know if I ever talked to Fan. I'm not sure. I don't really remember. I also accidentally found out that the medicine I've been taking has been doubled. Did I mention this already? I don't remember. I take this thing to help me sleep, and I just now found out that it's been double my usual dose. The downside of it was it causes memory loss. Yeah. But then, you know why I don't mind is because I retain my like piano, drawing, creativity and all that, but I just don't remember a lot of like life events that happened. Like I don't really remember the entirety of last year. I don't remember the entirety of the year before, but I don't mind. But because I keep the fun parts of like creating and creativity. But then occasionally something will like surface and then I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember I had a burger at this one. So it's still there. It's just locked away. I think that's what it is. Like it's still there. It's just like locked somewhere. Because I will remember occasionally. But it feels so good to sleep uninterrupted. You can tap into it, yeah. But if I meet a nice Chinese boy, I'll stop taking it, and then I will make sure I remember every moment. The sleep problem? No, I just have a really fucked up circadian rhythm because of my stream schedule, and then if I have something to do during the day, I'll just get up for it, you know. I don't have a sleep schedule. Please God, please give me a nice, rich, handsome Chinese boy who's also well read. Please, please, please let him be Chinese. Please let it be Caleb. I want a guy like Caleb. No, not Jackson Wang. Yeah, I like Zayn too. Cause he's smart. I really like smart guys. Until then, I will just simply exist and enjoy my creative endeavors until a beautiful Chinese man walks in my life. Trying to brush up on that Chinese, that's what I'm saying. I gotta brush up on the Chinese. There was a word I was looking for. What is angel in Chinese? Translate. Angel. 天使. 天使.
天使.
天使. 天使. About like. Yeah, it's just 天使. That one TikTok of the girl trying to learn how to order a cab in Chinese. 叫出 what is taxi? I don't remember what taxi is. Oh, 出租车. 叫出租车 and she was like 叫出租车. 叫出租车. It's 出租车.
出租车.
出租车. And she was in tears. I should do a Chinese only stream. Fuck it, I'm in my Chinese era. I've had it enough. I've had enough. My vocabulary is not good though. Oh my god, my fanfiction in my head is indulge me in this, okay? I get a Chinese tutor and he's fucking hot. And he's 30. 'Cause I'm 27. Oh my god, that would be amazing. And then he teaches me Chinese. Dui. I'm in my full Gooner arc. Full goon. And then I drop my pen in his asshole and I have to be like, 对不起，我的钢笔在你的肛门。I said my fountain pen fell in his asshole. What is pen? What is pencil? Oh, 铅笔. What's drop? 掉, 对. It's because my vocabulary is really bad. What is this?
词汇
对, 词汇. Ugh. Googling Brazzers big ass, yeah. Please, God, please give me what I want. Please give me a hot Chinese tutor that's like Zane or Caleb. Please, 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 please. Please. I know I already got everything I ever wanted in life, but I want more. Greedy? I know. I'm so greedy. I deserve it. I deserve everything. Because I will make it happen. Please, 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 please. I think I should move this section a little closer. What is this Caleb nonsense? You see? Oh, so Caleb is a character in Love in Deep Space that is one of your love interests, but he is also your stepbrother, but like he's also a little psycho. Like he's a little crazy. He basically went missing after your house with your grandma blew up, and then he comes back as like a giga deep space colonel fleet military head. And then look, the brother thing is kind of weird, but I just kind of like block that part out. I just block that part out, it's fine. I don't think too much about that part. Yeah, they're not related. Because we're both adopted by the grandma who turned out to be somebody who used to experiment on us. Because he was experimented on also, I think. And then he's still being experimented on now, and he has like a mind control chip where if he feels too strongly about something, and he tends to feel really strongly about you, it wipes his memory. But then turns out the chip malfunctions inside of him because he loves the memories with you so much and he cares about you so much that he like locks the memories away instead of being wiped. Which is not supposed to happen. Because he likes you. He loves you. And you learn that from one of his myth thingies. Thanks, Anatoly. He's just obsessed with you. I love that as a fictional man. But then in Chinese, ge is also like the same way as like, what is it in... It kind of has the same connotation as opar. It's not like... In English, brother is like really weird. We don't... I don't think English has a term that's like that. Like an affectionate older male figure. But opar is still a little different. Personally, I just kind of ignore that brother part. Let's just go with the childhood friend thing. That's okay. I don't really want to do the brother you grew up with. That's weird. I just retcon that out in my head. It's probably extra weird to girls that actually have brothers, and I don't, so. Thank God. I could just be like, I'll just ignore it. Bleh. Gyarados is kind of bald. Is it however way they would be corrupted? What does corrupted mean? What do you mean corrupted using a death note? Knowing the current events in the world, a lot of people just write their own name in it. Yeah, Gyarados has a Mega Evolution, but he looks really weird, weirdly stiff, which I don't like. So I don't know. I don't think I really like any of the Mega Evolutions, except Tepig. I think Greninja's Mega is also cool. Oh, listen to this song. I really like this song. Oh yeah, Gardevoirs is cool. I mean, all the Cuntimons have pretty cool ones. Frostlass is also nice. I like this song. The new Zane card, yeah, I was about to hit pity, I hit the pity, and Silas went and then I had to do it all over again. Psych, bitch! It was funny seeing the people that got Caleb because it was like an apple a day keeps the doctor away. We're gonna call on new guys. I mean, I feel like 5 is enough. I don't really want it to end up like Genshin where there's like 20 dudes. That's like way too fucking many. And then they're all gonna start to look the same. 5 is enough. I do like Raphael and Xavier, but I actually like, I do quite like Xavier. I like Raphael. I mean, they're all good boys. Like, they're all good boys. All of them. The meta system. Well, the meta is like the way the combat works is they kind of yeah. Well, it's not from Guy. They all have different power thingies. I personally don't like facial hair. Mostly because it really scratches and irritates my skin. If you kiss a guy with facial hair, it fucks up my skin and I really don't like it. It hurts, yeah. I also have dermatographia. Maybe like anytime I have a little mark on my skin, it'll bump up. And I found out that's also because my body doesn't break down histamines very well. Which has to do with, it's consistent with my allergy behavior. Why made mosquito bites like that? Yeah. My body doesn't break down histamine very well. Same with alcohol. That probably means my body's like extra sensitive to drugs. Like any kind of medication. La, 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 la. I hope they do a rerun of Misty Invasion, which is all the topless bathing boys. And then add Caleb's in there. I'm full gooning. Full goon ahead. Finally, born just in time to experience peak Chinese gacha gooner game. Yes! Someone made, you know how on Twitter there's that meme of the gambling girl where she's like grabbing her tit and like moaning, and someone made a picture of Caleb doing that, but your house exploding in the background. That was so funny. That is a generational reference. What are they saying about? Probably doomed love. my favorite trope. No, I don't want a happy ending. I want them to forever yearn forever. You've been cursed to yearn forever. I want to make a Stardew chicken rug for giveaway. Probably do it after Friday. You know what would also be cute is the phone from Powerpuff Girls. It's like easy graphics. I can see easily done. Because I have special eyes. How large a size is chest? I think it's like 40 something. I don't know. Well, there's this one banner where you can measure his chest. What movie clip? Monsters Inc? Maybe? Wanking Willy at the chart? Oh, I would rather not. I would rather not to give Willy a wank. Like, I'm so down to watch Lord of the Rings, but if I die, will you guys buy my rugs? Please, I might get killed. We gotta pay rent. Why am I selling them? Cause I was never giving them. I have no use. I just like creating stuff. What is a carpet overlock machine? Cabotops is water? What? What's the... Oh, love this. But free shipping costs 200? I don't think shipping is gonna cost 200. Most I ever pay for shipping, like 70? Are the carpets signed? No, I haven't figured that out yet. This love disc? Make these first. The colors are gonna be, I don't know, I have to figure it out. It didn't work on one this big before. I have to buy a lot of yarn. I don't shade it. It'd be easier if it's all flat color. This guy Buizel. I like Buizel. Why do I feel like I have to like do something? I feel like I'm forgetting something. I'm not knowing. Let me just color this. What am I forgetting something? And whatever, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine.我不知道。That's great. I do recall having this color though. What the hell? Yeah, and then I have to check what yarn I have, and then I might have to order a bunch. Use Pantone? Well, I don't know if yarn has that. Is yarn in Pantone? I just eyeball everything. Cause then depending on what I have to like I have to change it cause it's about relativity. Like if I have a bluish gray for shading, then I can't use a yellowish gray because it's gonna look off unless I want that contrast. Color theory. My favorite Quagsire and Psyduck and Altaria and Altarian Galarian Ninetales. Alolan! It's fucking Alolan. Sorry, I have a mental inhibitor. Thanks, Wormag. Happy. So Chinese. Very Chinese moment of my life right now. I'm gonna go play my ambient music. Why is it not updated? Why it not update? Okay. Yeah, Signalis. I've been listening to this guy's stuff. It's very good. Shout out to he. Shout out to he. Take a dark blue. Yeah, this is more complicated than I thought. I just don't outline it. No, it'll be big enough, but the details will still show. Yeah. I don't have that color. Shit. How do I decide what to price it? The rugs? I just wing it. Size, mostly. I don't know, I have like 3 years of adoptable doing designing. Maybe I don't shade this. Otherwise that's too much. The Quagsire and the bird one are small. They're like medium sized. I measure them. I'll give the measurements when I put the listing up. Have a good night. Be blessed. Yeah. Pretty much. I don't think I want to use black. Dark blue. Oops. Yeah, I don't think I should shade this because it's just the amount of colors I have and then times 2 if I do. Which will be bigly oof. Oof! 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 Shut up. Oof! Okay, in February, I'm not allowed to go outside except to cafe to read. I'm gonna shut myself in and only do crafts and arts. And then when it's March, I'm not sure. Or I might have to go outside to film reels. That's also allowed. Am I arrested? Yeah, I'm arresting myself. Then I have to work on things. I hate being a sack of shit. There are always things to be done. A clown in the tower, but they're allowed to leave. Clown in the tower sim. Hippopotamus. I like this guy's music. Stand in the sun once a day? But I don't want to stand in the sun. I need to craft. I have to. Thanks, Crack Walker. Listen to this one again. Yeah, I want to put a Quagsire in there. I think any Pokemon in real life would look fucking terrifying. I mean, people have done those. They made like hyper realistic Pokemon looking thingies, and they all look scary as fuck. I love Pokemon. It's just so whimsical and happy. Except the parts where it isn't. Where you kidnap kids to kill, like Germa. We're gonna do it? Yeah, I think I'll do it tomorrow. Okay, noise. Very quag. Very quag. No, I don't care. Thanks, little bean. Don't like that tangent. Okay. Did I have one more? No. I'm gonna need a lot of blues and orange. Orange. Name a yellow fruit. Orange. Yeah. Yeah. Ow. Dark. How big is this? 54 by 42 inches. 138 centimeters. Over a meter. And I want to add bubbles. I mean, the colors are going to be a little different because it depends on the yarn. First come, yeah. I mean, they're pretty expensive, so I don't think that many people will go feral. It's only one of one. I will not make duplicate rugs. I refuse. Chinese, I mean, if they duplicate it, it won't look that good. It'll just be like the flat, they just steal the graphic and then print it, which I'm like, I mean, nothing I can do about that. It is what it is. Fashion Nova stealing my bush! Say it ain't so. I'm just testing. Universe other than Pokemon? Yeah, Love in Deep Space. There's combat? There's combat, yeah. There's also phone sex. Can you moan again? You cut out. Yeah. Not sure if I want this depth. Moan sex combat. The louder you moan, the more damage you do. Ah! A different style. New high score. That's all I ever want to do. Please don't make me get a job. I just want to create things. Please no. Please. I need to create. Please. That's all I can do. Please. You cannot do anything beside what we say. No. Please. Say it ain't so. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That clips. I think it's ones we watched. Yeah, what started it all was Shaolin Soccer. Because I was like, what? It's free on YouTube? What? That was the gateway. Oh my god, the god-awful Hitman. Jesus. Yeesh. Things tan wee wee. What is this? OST? That one earlier was Hollow Knight. This is something else. Past streams? No. I'm getting big trouble. It must be removed. Big trouble. Yay, be there or be square. This is true. Eternal Sunshine made me cry. It was good. I freaking crowed. had Truman? I have not. Looks like a fucking macaroni. I can't shade it. That would mean every color. I need too many colors. I can't. I don't have enough colors. Bah! I wish I could. I wish I had infinite colors. I have a limitation. Freaking hose. Div is not happy, huh? Maybe a little bit. This part just looks kind of plain. I know, just have a massive warehouse just for yarn. That'd be so cool. I noticed there's a common problem in yarns, they're not saturated enough. I want them to have more saturation. I'll just add a little bit. I don't think I'll shade the other ones. What got me into making rugs? My friend took me to a craft store that had rug making and we did it for fun and I was like, wait, I could just make anything I want if I design it. Here I am. Got my own setup. Am I selling this one? Yeah, this one's gonna be definitely over 1,000. Probably 1,500. I just have no interest in keeping the things I make. I just really like making. Just the making. I don't know, I haven't sold any yet. Friday is when I first sell. I'm trying to keep the shading minimum because the more I shade, the more colors I need. Leave that one. How come no melodic? Too hard to fit it. I mean, I have a different idea for her. Be fine. I didn't want to cram her in. Yeah, she'll get her own. Because I think she's a diva. Charizard would be freaking dead if he was in here. I have to wake up early tomorrow. Because I told a friend I would work at a cafe with her. Then maybe I'll run into a hot Chinese tutor who gives private lessons, flirt. She got a real day job now. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with it. I got a real day job. Sure. Four AM prepping? Working at a cafe has two different meanings. I'm not gonna specify. The fuck does that I'm not flipping a sign. It means another heist at the Louvre. No. Yes. The Louvre. Oops. Is rug a rectangle? Yeah. Okay, this looks good, so... flip it. Oops.